And this is the Mercedes-Benz Rangers postgame show, and let the headline read, Kreider and Schneider and a shutout provider. What a way to respond after Monday night. Rangers with a 3-0 win. You like that, huh? Over the San Jose Sharks. Welcome inside our Delta MSG studios, everyone. John Giannone alongside Steve Valiquette. We talked before the night began, and we've talked so much this season about the Rangers' response ability, their ability to respond after losses that were very un-Ranger-like. Tonight is yet another example of how well they're able to figure it out as quickly as they do.
You know, I was worried before this night was really underway because of what John was looking like with that tie on. I mean, can we focus on John's tie?
Reverse psychology,
He showed up tonight wearing a San Jose tie. I'm
Reverse psychology works every time.
All right. So I was worried, but I got calmed down pretty early on because the Rangers controlled this game. That's one of their better all-round performances of the season. And I don't think that we should ever lose sight on the fact, John, that this was their 23rd road game of the season in Game 37. That's a record for this organization for most road games in their first 37. And look what they've gone out and done. They've had an outstanding start to the season, and this is under really difficult conditions. So it's not just been an easy ride through so far. And everybody contributed, whether it was physically with Trouba's contributions. I'm just too excited to even talk right now.
Yeah.
I think that, no, that's one of the, is there a better game this season? Coming off that loss?
2 games against the Sharks team, 2 shutouts. And now the Rangers 24-10-4, back atop the Metropolitan Division with 52 points on a night really where Chris Kreider played 611 games in the NHL. He did something tonight he'd never done before, and that's midway through the first period. He has accepted and embraced the idea of being a penalty killer, and for the first time in his career, he put a puck in a net while his team was shorthanded.
It is kind of funny that he's been playing this long, and that's his first shorty, but how he did it, to me, it was really a microcosm of the entire game because it started with a face-off, and the Rangers were better again on the draws, winning a lot clean, and even important ones, too, defensively in their zone. Now, when the opposition's on the power play and you win, it's such a bonus. You're going to get an extra 20 seconds down the ice, but for Kreider, he gets down the ice and looks for offense. You know, he gets himself on the other side of the ice. Now, John, this is the 17th time this year that he's gotten himself to the other side of the ice to get open to receive a pass. That's the 8th time he's scored. He goes under the glove here of Adin Hill. He can't close it. And that's a 47% shooting percentage. All right, so by design, what you want to do when you're on offense is to get yourself to the other side of the ice, get open, be a target. But the tools in his toolbox, his skating, his awareness, the skills to know the angle to get to, the timing. He gets his target open to receive the pass. Now, he and Zibanejad have this really good continuity. We know about that. But that was on full display on that play. And what does it do? It gets you off to the start that you need. The Rangers have a great record scoring first this season. That's a huge goal on the road coming back after not a great performance against the LA Kings.
He scored first. He scored last as well into the empty net. So on the day he found out that he was a New York Ranger all-star representative for the second straight time, he scores his 200th into the empty net. So an all-around memorable night for Chris Kreider. The other goal scored by the Rangers, speaking of memorable, let's talk about that a little bit because the Rangers roster has been in a state of flux now for weeks because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Alexis Lafreniere was the latest to go into COVID protocol today. But one guy who was in the lineup tonight for merit purposes, not for COVID purposes, was Braden Schneider. Rangers deciding to call him up, give him a look on third pair right side defense. And what does he do in his first NHL game? He scores a goal.
He looked composed, all right? He had poise. And all of those things that were happening early in the game for him, they're all positive plays. It's the way a coach would look at the game afterwards. Check mark, oh, get out of your zone, good first touch, very nice. All right, so how does that add up into the opportunity to score? It sort of sets you up because he's getting over the boards, he's getting more opportunities to be on the ice, and then he follows up plays. Now, this is where he's really key. So Hedl makes the play initially, gets it low to Strome, and they're going to drive the net and try and push San Jose back. Now, what that does is it has 3 San Jose players trapped, but really 5 below the hash, and that allows Schneider not just to come in, but to get close. He gets close enough to get his shot. It's not every night that you have time and space getting into the slot area as you're pumping in off the point, but San Jose is really good at collapsing in front of their net. I give this young guy a lot of credit, though. He read the play well. It would have been easy for him to stay back on the blue line there, John, and just get another sifter through.
Yeah.
But he wanted to go in and score and make a name for himself. And what a great opportunity, because you know what? You made them keep you. That's what you did. You know, you're a young player. Make them keep you is really the mindset a young guy has to have. Add things to your game to get another opportunity to get into another game and prove yourself.
The way he scored, he looked like he belonged. The way he celebrated, he looked like he belonged. Yeah. In the defensive zone, he looked like he belonged. A heck of a debut for Braden Schneider. And it was all in support of a guy in the net who, listen, when he came here from Russia, we said his numbers over there looked like a video game.
Yep.
And now his numbers are starting to look that way over here as well. He is now 16-4-2. Fifth shutout of the year, second straight shutout. His goals against is dipping down where his weight is. And Igor Shesterkin is just in his first game in 11 days after being in COVID protocol, just pitches a shutout.
You know, look, full disclosure, I'm the biggest goalie snob there is, right? Like, everybody's got stuff wrong with them.
General snob,
fixed.
by the way. Yeah.
General snob. Everybody's got something you could pick apart.
Yeah.
I can't find anything with him. Nothing tangible that you could really say that night after night, something is here, it's an exposure, you're going to beat him. He's really difficult to pre-scout. And what I noticed tonight was how you come back after 11 days between games and be that calm. You know, nothing flustered him in this game. He had such poise, composure. He was able to make plays. Like, that's a deflected play there. And Timo Meier was all over the ice. They've got some stars over there. Hurdle as well. These guys were making plays tight to the net, John. And he came across very smooth. You know, he was really controlled. And, you know, I'm running out of superlatives this season just to describe him, because he makes 2-on-1s look very routine when they're not. You know, and he was on his toes, John, and it's inspiring to the guys on the team. You can see it on the bench. Like, there's very few moments where the entire bench elevates and uses their sticks on the boards, but there were several moments in this game, and it rallies everybody, right? It rallies everybody, and you can't. It's very difficult to measure the emotional boost that he brings to your lineup when he comes back. He's a star player in the NHL, and it's been 3 short years, interrupted years for him too.
Yep, 5th career shutout, 2nd straight shutout, 3rd this season for Igor Shesterkin on a night where Braden Schneider scores his first NHL goal and Chris Kreider scores goals number 199 and 200. And the one that he'll remember is into the empty net that iced the 3-0 win.